alive. And we're all in the wrong place. I need to fix that.
Oh no!
What the
Noir,
fuck? What happened?
Noir is now the GM.
I'm the big goth titty
I'm the GM now. Yes, welcome to Gloria.
Well,
Hello and welcome to King. Oh, damn it!
It takes me 2 seconds to fix everybody.
Oh.
I just gotta rearrange the windows. They're good.
I was curious to see where the campaign was going. It sounded like it was going to take a turn for the better.
No.
I don't know. I want to
Alright.
see AJDM one day.
I mean, like, let's just put him back in my spot. I'll play you, G Fester figure.
All right, here we go.
Hi, welcome to KingsGuard.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. You're on this bitch.
There you go. I'll switch you back. We're off to a great start tonight.
Well, that's because we're not having a session tonight. Everybody, instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna live stream Encanto. We just gonna watch that for the next 2 hours, and hopefully we'll get a copyright claim. All right, let's do.
You're muted on the Google Meet.
Lol rip.
Fuck me, god damn it! All right. Hi, everybody. I'm your GM Noir, and this is KingsGuard, the 20th episode. Exciting. We have stories and adventure here. I don't know what's wrong with me. But instead of me fumbling through this intro, I go by Hive, by the way. Let's get to the most important part, which is the players that tell the story or help tell the story. I don't know what I usually say. AJ, please take it away. Save me.
I'm gonna pick up this fumble. Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Hoosh. I almost dropped this Hoosha Kid. I go by he, him. I play the man of sea and stars and king of Gloria, Eugene Festifiger. Am I nervous? Yes. Am I worried? Yes. Do I have a plan? Sure. Yeah, I got a plan. Will it work? Please let it work. I would love it to. And yeah, I'm gonna pass this nervousness over down to Anita.
Hello. I'm Anita. Or Panita. Or Critical Misses. And I play Yana. Whose pronouns are she, they, just like mine. I'm your Azamar Paladin, who is currently bleeding out on the ground because I've decided to challenge our newly minted vampire fighter to a fight. Didn't go well for me. Note to self: get better armor.
Yeah, I do believe you got the brakes beaten off of you, but that is okay because it happens from time to time.
I caught all of the hands, every hands that were possible.
Every hand that was available was caught.
Yeah.
You go ahead and you pass it on over. Who's next?
Next up is the person that beat the brakes off me, D.
Oh, hello, kids. I'm Rockstar D, and I'm ready to bring a fun time of games.
Short, concise, to the point, and a little terrifying for some reason. I don't know why.
D, what are your pronouns?
Yes.
Good.
There you
Proper
go.
Ed.
And next we've got Darby, aka Arabelle.
Hello.
So, go ahead.
I'm here. I'm not dying this time, at least vocally. But yes, hello. I'm Darby, and I play Arabella Chestnut, and we both use she/her pronouns. And meanwhile, while the party's duking it out, I'm just picking up bat shit. So, vibing. I'm live, laugh, loving in these conditions.
I feel
Most
like
importantly, living.
I feel like you missed out on saying, I'm here, I'm queer, and I have no idea what's going on with my peers.
True.
Ooh. Ooh,
Nice.
okay, spin bars.
Arabella, you're supposed to be on lockdown. GM, I'm a material girl.
Next we have Harper.
My cat's having an asthma attack in the background. Hey everyone, I'm Harper. I play Shosha. My pronouns are she, they. Shosha's are she, her. And she is zooming right now. And I have no plan. That's all from me.
Okay, 1 second. I'm so sorry. Are my captions coming through now? Yeah, they are. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that. Well, luckily, I am distracted and frazzled, so we have a professional recapper on crew. And if the recap is entertaining for cast and audience alike, they could potentially win a inspiration card for themselves and for another random player. So, Darby, take it away. The recap.
Okay, you don't get recap anywhere. There, I took it away. Boo! I'll be here all week, folks. Anyways, last time we started off with Yenna just in a different place, in a different time, long time ago. Why is everyone doing the frozen thumbs up? Am I supposed to? Okay. Anyways, Yenna was in in a place far, far away, in a time far, far away. We were watching. Yenna was like, "Oh my God, who are these people? I don't know." But wait. It's Alexander Cross, Kateno, and some guy named Chrono. I don't know. But Alexander does not have the cog eyes, which is importante. This is the early version of Le Crew. And we learn that Alexander Cross is where all paradoxes go, which is, yeah, he's where all paradoxes go. And whenever he hears one, he gets a big old, a little cut, little slicey Rudy across his body, which is not fun for him, but it's really funny for everyone else. And he learns some things about the future, like, your daughter puts the world to sleep and magic to bed. I have a daughter? And then Kateno has a very funny moment. Is a daughter with who? With you? Who did you think it would be? Just gotta check. Anyways, turns out, because it's early days, Alexander Cross can't really just boop, bap, beep, Yenna back into our timeline and to where we are. So he just kind of hop, skip, jumps Yenna a little bit through time. Just first time it's like 10 years ago. Throws no wait, that's a different time. Is that a different time? Oh yeah. Comes back, leaves Yenna. Yenna's there. Someone comes up. It's Alexander. He looks older, a little more tired. How far can you push you forward? About 200, 250 years. And he's kind of in the middle of something. He's kind of in a bummer. Yenna tosses the waking chorus to Alexander, and then he's gone. And then he comes back, and it is sad. He has no emotion, and that's big sad. Yenna, and then boop, forward again. Passes a message on to Yenna to carry on to somebody. We don't know who yet. Anywho, we find ourselves at a bridge that has like these magic pillars, which are it's scary. But Shosha can read. Shosha can read real good. And Shosha can read so good that Shosha can read what the hell that thing says. And it says, only the ats may walk and not burn across this fire wall. And so it turns out each of us have to walk and have a special circle that's just for us. Which was not stressful whatsoever. And then we get through all these moments, and then we find the last sign says, you can pass through here when 5 walk as 1. Almost didn't make it. I did not almost make it, but it's cool. It's cool because it turns out Eugene can knock us all out to become level 20 for a small time. So that's really cool. That's totally relaxed. I dug around. I found some stuff Then we enter into this empty hall, and there's a woman just chilling. She's a Vidalcan, just staring into the void. Turns out she's an axe. She's an axe from a world where that was destroyed by the axe, and they kind of her because she can do stuff with time. And they're like, we need to deal with Alexander Cross. We're gonna borrow you. And instead she just gets to chill there. She betrayed the axe, and she's just vibing. And then Alexander shows up. I get knocked unconscious. We all get a little something. Alexander knights King's sword dabs on Eugene. Totally cool. Eugene drops to 1 hit point. Shosha gets a ring, funnily enough, not from a day. And says Katena would have wanted you to have that. Walks to a day, just gives the day words. Yeah. And then the Red Queen shows up, and then Alexander and the Red Queen start fighting. And then Vivica, the name of the Vidalcan who's chilling, staring into the void, is like, I can give you something. I'll give you something. Here's a little help, a little something for you. And then Eugene says, can you find foes unknown and then go fucking rest? Please go to sleep. You've been fucking doing a lot. You need a fucking break. Self-care. And she was like, okay, I can buy you like a month. And then Eugene looks into the puddle, the void, and sees the axe just fucking going to town on Vivica's old world, blasting armies bits to pieces left and right. And then Eugene just has a totally chill and relaxed conversation with like the leader of the axe. And it's like, yeah, everything's good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And then we get some downtime. We get some downtime. Yes. Shosha lets Anati ride on Healy, and Anati has a great time fucking shooting left and right while riding on Healy. Excellent. I meet a crotchety old woman, old magic person who says, go pick up bat shit for me and I'll help you. Can you not see this is a sword? It is a sword. What do you want from me? I need bat shit. Give me bat shit. And then Yenna follows the day because the day's getting a little hungry. And you know, when a day doesn't have Snickers, a day's not quite themselves. So, you know, Yenna just like, hey, a day, what's up? How are you doing? And then a day fucking smacks Yenna into the dirt. And then Eugene rolls up and Eugene's like, excusez-moi? ¿Qué est? What is this? What's happening here? My beloved? What? And Shosha then sees something is wrong with with Leora's, and meanwhile Arabella's just picking up poop. Like, I did my due diligence. You know what I was gonna say? I gave y'all downtime. I gave y'all an opportunity to have downtime, to relax, do your side quests, and look at where you are. I went on my side. I'm doing my side quest. I'm doing it, me, I, us. Anyways, and that's what happened last time.
All right, so how we feel? We feel that was a entertaining and thorough.
God, my cheeks hurt so much.
All right, 1, 2,
How would that
3,
fit?
4, 5. All right, so
Please.
I'm gonna roll a D4.
Oh, please.
Anita is 1, AJ is 2, Harper is 3, D is 4, Darby is 5, and if I roll a 6, everybody gets an inspiration card.
Oh.
So that's 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that's Debbie.
Of
You
everyone.
know
Of everyone.
you know what it is.
Damn it.
You know how we roll around here.
Arguably
God.
doesn't
That
need it.
Noir, what's that thing that? Oh God! Card, please. I think isn't that what happened to? Where's this? Where's this? I thought we did this.
Yeah.
What happened?
Card.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I appreciate that.
So, God damn it.
Oh.
So we're
Alright.
gonna pick right back up where we left off with a blood frenzy a day looming over the it's not are you making death saves
I'm
right
making
now?
death saves right now.
Yeah, over a dying Yenna. And Eugene has just showed up to see Yenna go down and start to die and start to die at the hands of a day. Before we left off, AJ decided to play a card that lets him choose his initiative order because, as you can tell, there's going to be some combat. And we rolled to see how long it would take for Shosha, who is now aware that things are not awesome, how long it would take for Shosha to get there. And it is going to be 3 rounds. So if I could just have Eugene, Shosha, and Ade roll their initiative.
Do I have to roll again too, or am I just making death saves at the top?
Oh
of the
yeah,
round?
you're also gonna
I'm just choosing to go first. That I choose.
you'll also I
I choose to go first. That is
you
my
have
choice.
to choose a score. What's your score?
I am waiting for mine is 23.
You little petty bitch, you know.
I didn't pick my
Highest-
token, but can I keep that?
Yeah, let me just
Same
let
Zeus.
me just
Highest initiative +1 is the calculation for Eugene's initiative.
Shosha, if I could just have you go ahead and hit your token and then the initiative, so I can get you on the turn order, and then I'll adjust them thusly.
Alright.
Same with you, Eugene. You fuck.
Yeah.
And me.
Where is
Well, that's better.
my token?
Okay. So
Hold on.
Yenna,
Oh, there you are.
you rolled a 19. A day, you rolled a 14. Shosha, you rolled a what was your first roll?
22.
22. And why is Yenna on there twice?
Because I didn't select my token the first time.
Oh, okay. And Eugene is a very petty 23.
Correct.
Okay.
I wouldn't say petty.
So if I'm not wait, hold on, Harvard, you rolled 22.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get that. Boom.
and Yenna's now not on the.
You rolled a 19. All right. If anybody else is doing anything with the turn order, I'm asking you now. Please stop. All right.
I just made mine bigger.
23, 22, 19, and 14. All right. So we're just let me zoom back. So this is where everybody except Arabella, you are not there.
Yeah, I don't know where I am. Probably here or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So we're gonna put Shosha off here. We're gonna put a day right over here, and I'm gonna say you can see it from there. These two aren't there, so we're gonna get them out of the way.
Okay.
Okay, so Eugene, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna, casually, just casually,
Tip cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
just quick Tosh Cash. I'm gonna go up to a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to cast Dimensional Shove
Ooh-wee.
at 7th level.
God damn. So let's see.
So
Dimensional shove.
D needs to make a wisdom saving throw or get pushed 30 feet away. But since I'm casting it at level 7, it's going to be 150 feet away.
Fudge. All right, go ahead and make that save, buddy.
I think I'll make it an advantage.
Oh my god.
All right, hopefully. Hopefully.
I'm gonna use
No.
Indomitable and re-roll that.
I'm really. Nope.
Hey, no dice.
Cool. So,
Oh man, I've been waiting to pull this out of my pocket for a
No!
Oh, fine.
The back and forth
Well,
is
all
helpable.
yes, you know.
Wait, isn't that one of our cards?
No. When I roll a 20, I get them as well.
Oh, you get a.
I just haven't been using them, but you know what? This was too good of a moment.
Really?
Let them fight.
No, no. This is exactly not what I wanted to do.
God bless.
It doesn't. So I guess just nothing happens when that spell. Yeah, sure. Buy 7th level spell. Fuck me, I guess.
Just a quick O check. Is that okay?
It's fine.
You could have used that on at any other time. You could
I
have
know.
used that for something else, but no.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so-
use it here.
I felt it in my plums that there was going to be a moment that called for it, and I was right.
Okay, fine. You know, I'm just going to. All right, this changes fucking everything. Fuck. I had one plan that's been thrown out the window now. I'm going to. God. I'm going to wild shape.
Can Druids of the Stars wild shape as a bonus action? Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go. We finally got an animal.
Yeah, I know, and I have no animals on hand. So this is gonna be fuck.
Sierra's like a quarter of your druid level, right?
Yeah, it's like
At this level, you
I
should
think
be able to
it's-
take anything with a CR1 or lower.
yeah,
Or
it's CR,
sorry. Yeah.
which is
But it has to be a beast unless you have other limitations.
yeah. I just don't have a catalog of beasts in my head that I can.
Tigers are CR1. Lions, toads, big toads, bears.
Oh man.
So lions, tigers, and bears.
My yeah, let's
Such a dick
just
move on my part.
let's just go with I guess a bear because I can't think of anything else right
I
now.
can spoil something for you. It wouldn't matter because there's no distance on the range of my clone teleportation, so I would have just vamped right back on my turn anyway.
I don't even know where your clone is, so
It would have been right next to Yenna, so fairly close to me and you.
cool.
Oh,
Cool. Yeah. No.
Oh, that is correct. So, I can get you a list of animals right now. So if you're doing a brown bear, that's going to give your AC is going to be 11, but you have 34 hit points.
That's like a little bit
and-
more than I have right now.
And a multi-attack.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've already
All right.
used my action.
Yeah. All right.
So as Eugene transforms into a brown bear, this is gonna go fucking so bad so quickly. God damn it. The cloak, the cloak, the speckled cloak is the equipment that remains on Eugene, and will just stand over Yenna's body and roar.
All right, and you now have control over the bear token. That is going to bring us over to Shosha. So that's one round down for you.
Zoom in.
Go ahead and make me that death save in private, please.
I'm just gonna roll it manually if that's cool. Or do you want me to? I don't know how to roll in privately on Roll20. I mean, I could.
Just go to the dice panel on the sidebar there.
I will note that Anita's dice are the one that are getting caught up by the stream.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yes.
just roll. Do you have a physical dice?
I have a physical die right here.
All right, roll that and then DM me.
Sounds good.
All right, and that's gonna bring us to a day.
Fun. How are we doing, kids? With my bonus action, we'll go ahead and second wind. I don't like being below 100 hit points.
So, God forbid that.
What level are we? 13?
Correct.
What level are we?
I believe we are level 13, good sir.
13? Okay, thank you. I rolled a 1. Sad. Then with my action, a day will look at Eugene, face covered in shadow, and I'm going to cast Suffer. So that's a charisma saving throw from Eugene. If you fail, you take 2d8 necrotic and 2d8 psychic damage and have disadvantage on strength and dexterity ability checks for 1 minute.
Hey, you know what's a funny thing? Bears have worse charisma than what I have.
Charisma is
your
charisma.
mental stats.
Your mental stats stay the
My
same.
mental state stay the same.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're wild shaped, not polymorph.
Cool.
Because you're not polymorphed.
No, I am not. So, charisma save.
Yep.
Okay. Spell save is 16. Okay.
Sick.
The spell save is what? 16, right?
16.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Oh god.
So that's 9 points of necrotic damage and 6 points of psychic damage.
Do you get advantage on wisdom saves because of Hero's Feast? Or
Oh.
is
It's not a
that...
wisdom save. It's a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Sorry. Even though I'm wild shaped, do my magical items still give me the bonuses? Okay, cool. I have a mantle of spell resistance, I believe.
Yeah, roll that bad boy with the advantage then.
Yeah. Didn't help me. Cool. Yay.
It's the thought that counts.
Roll 20, you snap
Roll
it again.
20. Roll 20.
Roll
We're
20.
having
Listen,
words
I got
tonight.
taught. We got taught. You gave us so many natural 20s last time. Can we just do that? Roll that again. Come on. You can
All
do
right,
it. You can
so
do it.
you take a little damage. Is there anything else?
So I just say, how much do I take again? 15?
You take 15 damage total, yeah.
Cool. I am still in my bear form.
And then with my movement, if I can, for the sake of flavor, a day wants to dip his fingers in the blood that's in the snow and just stare at Eugene.
Whose blood is that?
Yenna's, it would be.
Oh no. Okay, that's gonna move us on over to Eugene Festival.
None of this is what I wanted. God.
Hey, gatekeep, gaslight,
Girl
girl boss your way out of this.
Okay. I really wish I could cast spells as a bear. That would be really helpful right now. You know what? I am going to fucking not care, pick up Yenna, and back the fuck up.
That does trigger an attack of opportunity
Cool.
if you want to take it.
No, I'll let him backpedal.
Okie dokie.
And I will back up whatever amount, and it's what, 40 feet with Yenna?
You would move half your movement
Half
as you're
my movement?
carrying somebody, and
So
half
20 feet.
Yep.
20 feet away, however far away from here. So like here, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. And can I use my, is it a bonus action to get rid of wild shape?
Yes. And also
would I be able to cast a spell after that?
yeah,
Or with
because
okay.
all you've done is use your movement. So if you shift back into normal form with your bonus action, you still have your main action. I am going to need, however, for a day to make me a Constitution save.
Yoke. 29.
Every god.
Kind of chunky.
I'm gonna break out a wild shape. And I am going to cast heal on Yenna. So
Okay.
It's half as much hit
points.
It's half as many hit points?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yenna gets 35 hit points.
Oof. You can feel the magic struggling to restore Yenna back as the darkness is repelling a lot of the divine energies that are mending, but ultimately enough gets through to restore Yenna to 35 hit points. But you could feel the potency of the necrotic energy that Ade was slinging around.
What are you doing?
You should have stayed a bear.
I'll just stand in front of Yenna.
That brings us to Shosha's second turn. So Shosha's just...
Hey, Noir.
Yeah?
If I have a card, can I play it right now to get there faster?
Yeah, why not?
Interesting.
Let's get wild. Let's get a little spicy.
Can I get lucky and get there sooner than anticipated?
Ooh.
Okay. So you're running, you know something's wrong, and from behind you hear, and then you just feel Healy grab you and fly towards the commotion, and from the top you hear, "This is so much fun! Thank you so much."
No,
lucky.
No.
That's the opposite.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck.
That's not fortuitous at all.
This isn't
That's
lucky.
not what it says on the card.
Oh.
This isn't lucky at all.
Hey, if anybody's gonna snap a day out of being Angie, maybe it's the goif and the child, you know? It's the combo, the 1-2. That or Nazi's gonna be an orphan again. I don't know.
As soon as the words came out of my mouth, I was just like, yeah. Yes. So, you are going to be dropped off. I'm going to say at the top of the round.
That's totally fine.
So that brings us to Yenna. You are awake, which is very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel there's still necrotic energy in you, repelling a lot of the healing that was granted to you, but you feel much better than, dying. And you see Eugene.
Yep. But first I'm going to turn to a day. Knowing that a day would know to like pull punches near the end of one of our fights, and definitely did not. And Yenna's just going to look at him, hold up a hand, and say, I highly suggest you stop. Do you have a response to that real quickly, a day?
I think a day just looks at you.
I would like to cast Hold Person
Ooh.
Boy.
at second level.
Let's see.
Let's get
Well, I have advantage on wisdom saves because I've had a hero's feast.
You sure do.
You motherfucker.
17.
17 is what you needed. You needed a 16 or higher.
I am going to use my reaction
Mhm.
because we have this thing called the Cosmic Omen that I use. You never get to really see it in action, but I
Right,
did roll a woe. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and subtract from the total.
Mhm. But don't roll a 1 is what you're saying.
As long as I don't roll a 1. Roll 20. Cool.
I'm going to re-roll a d20 I just rolled.
Motherfucker.
We got the spicy cards, but
Only a 5, so I fail.
It's fine. I can use this more times.
So
Just waste all your cards on each other.
meanwhile, I'm sitting over here on my cards, picking up bat shit.
so you are paralyzed as long as I hold concentration a day.
Yep.
I said stop.
Ooh. And that's going to bring us to a day. You are paralyzed. However, at the end of your turn, you do get the chance to make another save.
Let's see. Habuski. Nope.
Niet!
Roll me a Constitution save, please.
26. Or 20, sorry. I don't have advantage on those.
Still beat it. I'm officially raising it now. You do hear a whisper, which is, I can free you, child.
I think a day as we know them is kind of in the sunken place right now. Just like way back here watching this. So I don't think there's a response to that.
That's going to bring us to the top of the round with boop, 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 ba-da, ba-da, ba, 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 ba. Wop.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And you see Shosha in the hands of Healy, and Shoshi, this is the scene that you see. What do you do? It's your turn.
Doesn't Eugene go before me in initiative?
Because of the card you played, you got there early. Remember?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna look at the scene, and I'm gonna tell Healy, take Nati and go.
Wait, what is going on down there?
Healy, go.
Healy just and she goes, I still want to know what this is also. And so Healy and Anati are out of the picture.
Vibe checking real quick. Can I tell that a day is being paralyzed?
That'll be an arcade check, and it's a relatively low one.
Let me just.
With a high enough number, you would be able to see if they are being paralyzed by magic, what spell, and who cast it.
Well, I'm just gonna. 17.
That's enough to tell you that Day is paralyzed, and it is via the hold person spell, but it was not high enough for you to see who cast it.
Shosha is gonna sprint up to a day. So I'm just gonna boop.
Yeah.
That's the real a day, right? That's the which
Yeah.
one's the echo? I don't know
Mhm.
which.
That's that
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll put the red dot on the echo.
Thank you. And Shosha will look up at a day's face and say over her shoulder, "What happened?"
It's.
Hey,
I'm unsure. We were sparring, and then he went a little too far, and I don't know what happened to them. I fell.
He looked like he was about to consume you.
Well, that's more concerning.
Consume? What do you mean?
I don't know, but
I don't think a day came back the same.
So for my action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast levitate on myself, so I bring myself up to a day's eye level.
It's the cutest use of a levitate ever.
And just gonna look into a day's eyes to see if a day is like what's going on there.
a day is looking at you like he's never met you before in his life.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Sure.
You really started to piss me off. you consistently pissing me right the fuck off. Not only is it clear that a day is looking at you like they've never seen you before, but there is a very animalistic kind of predator prey thing happening here, where it's just like it looks like a day might snap at you at any second, like a feral creature.
Cool. Are we keeping turn order right now?
Yep.
Okay. I think that's all I can do on a turn then.
Gotcha. That's gonna bring us to Eugene's turn.
okay. I'm gonna look to Yenna. It's like, are you okay?
I will be, but I'm more worried about a day right now.
Yeah.
And you're still hurt.
I am going to walk up to a day, get back that I'm still a bear, but I mean, I'm not a bear, but
Oh, I got you. I got you, fam.
Hey, welcome back.
Boop, 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 doop,
Get out of here,
doop,
bear.
doop, 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 doop.
All right. I'm gonna dig deep and with my king's voice, king's command, tell a day wake up.
Ooh. I knew this moment was coming, and I am so very excited. Okay. If I could have you make me a wisdom save a day.
Okay. 16.
There is no response from a day, but you see in the king sense, or you feel in the king sense, another presence.
I will. Okay. I'll. Eugene will kind of get like a confused look on his face. And then they will sit down and focus on the king sense.
Okay. So you're just okay, this is going to be a constitution check for you.
Constitution check. Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. 20.
So you're blotting out everything and you're just kind of taking a look through the king sense. So you see the golden aura of Yenna, of Shosha, and of Arabella, and the black aura of a day. And standing behind the black silhouette aura of a day is another one. And it sees you see it, and it looks, and you could, it's a formless humanoid shape, but you could feel its attention is being laser focused on you.
Who are you? What have you done to a day?
Be careful what you look at, Your Highness. Some things, when you see them, you can't unsee them. And all I did to your friend was return him to you. You're very welcome. I help restore you too. Can you not feel it?
I've seen a lot of things I shouldn't have seen, but I'm getting kind of used to it. So let me ask you again. Well, if what you say is true, thank you for returning him.
My pleasure.
Now, you know who I am, but I don't know who you are.
I'm one of the favored of my mother, and I was sent to keep an eye on my brother and his friends. I would be there physically if I could, but I can't. For the moment.
And who is your mother?
She gives you your friend back and the gift of life, and you don't even know her name. That's rude, E.G.
Wow.
Festivator.
My apologies, but until now, I only knew that my compatriots brought me back.
So you can't feel it yet? Maybe I can help. Make a Constitution save.
Fuck. Mm.
No.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Mm. You know, I wish I had something that would, not let me do that or at all. Is this a spell? Is this?
It is not. No, unfortunately.
I wish it was.
Hey, you look and you see as your hand and your arms almost start to dissolve into sand, and you see the sand flowing in the shape of an arm and a hand, and there's just a tiny bit of black sand that circles all throughout. Really the best way to approach any situation where you have a clash of personalities or a difference of opinion is, I don't know, try to see through the other person's eyes. And at that moment, your eyes roll to the back of your head and you hear it. The heartbeats of everyone around you, and your mouth goes dry. And you look at Yenna, and Yenna smells delicious. Make me a wisdom save, please. Fuck me.
You have advantage. We have a
Advantage?
hero's feast.
30.
There you go. And you feel a desire to tear and rip, and then you just kind of snap yourself out of it. So now you have a better understanding of your friend. You're welcome, by the way. I could be of even more help if you want to learn to understand a day better. If you want to make sure that your friend's humanity isn't snuffed under the weight of the shadows and the blood and the heartbeats, I'll be more than happy to be your guardian angel. I just need a favor, if you could.
What? And is this a favor you'll be calling on another time?
Oh no, I would love to call upon it now if I may.
What is this favor?
You are king and your words have power. All I need you to say is that you can go. Tell me I'm free and I'll be fine. That's it. I've helped you and your friends before.
Have you?
I have. I've gotten a couple of your friends out of very sticky situations in Nerve.
Oh.
Hello, Hannibal.
I was there when that spell was done.
I've helped once. I've helped again. I'm a helpful guy.
Are you? Last time, you did try to kill me.
We all make mistakes. I mean, take a look at a day. You felt what he's enduring for only a moment. And you almost ripped apart someone you're very fond of. I've carried this darkness since the beginning. And I've done very well with it for the most part. I can help a day. I can help you. But I can't do it where I'm at.
Question, because
Mhm.
he didn't answer my other question of who's his mother. Do I have like any idea from that black sand? Just like
You're fairly certain it's Lilith.
I mean, I do need to have a meeting with Lilith at some point, just not now.
Well, I could arrange something for you if that's what you're asking for. Like I said, I live to serve. It is the life of an angel, We
Right.
love serving.
Right. God, this is not what I want to be doing. All right. Let's
Say the words. I'm ready.
God damn it. This is. Okay.
I mean, really, what's the worst that can happen? You have that axe keeping your enemies away, right? Even scarier, how do I know that? So many questions. And I have so many answers. It's wild. I just want to tell you everything. When you got some secret and you promise not to tell, you just want to go. I just want to talk to you about so many things.
Oh, God, I'm gonna really hate myself for this. You are free to go back to your mother.
Boom shakalaka.
That crusty, musty hoe is free once again.
God.
After 10,000 episodes, he's free.
What's gonna happen to that poor dragon turtle?
That Kraken? Oh,
Or the
boy.
kraken?
I have a couple of people that are gonna be so mad at me, but what's new? Add them to the fucking list.
You all see
God.
Eugene just kind of sitting and meditating. His eyes rolls to the back of his head, and then his eyes are completely red. And then he closes and shakes, and he's back.
Noir.
Mhm.
Question. Is the bloodlust in a day alleviated when that happens?
It is not.
Second question.
That hoe.
I'm paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
but I can make attacks through my echo.
Yes, you can.
So, as Eugene is snapping back to consciousness, can my echo rise up out of his shadow with a spectral scythe?
Sure.
Like, I would imagine everyone would see this and can react how they do, but that does begin to happen.
I mean, that is, how would tell me what you all do, because there is from the shadows comes a day clearly prepped to attack.
An echo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna smash the echo.
Roll your attack.
God.
Ugh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Joy.
It's 15. Does that hit?
15 does not hit.
Someone to take care of that.
You do get you
I
get to attack twice.
I get 3 times. Yeah. So
3 times.
26.
Wait, you get to attack twice.
I get three attacks around at this level with the paladin.
Only fighters get
Or no.
3 attacks per
Yeah, you're right. I get two attacks.
round.
26 does hit, and the echoes don't have hit points. So, but instead of shattering into glass like they normally do, bats.
That's disconcerting. Shosha, is there anything that you can do to help alleviate this? Talk some sense to them?
I don't know about alleviate it, but I can make sure that no one else is hurt. Shosha will put her hand on a Day's cheek.
A day roll me a constitution. Yeah, now we talking. I changed it to 22 the last time. You hit 22 exactly, but this time you fuck.
You're paralyzed though, right?
Oh yeah, I'm still holding concentration.
Okay.
Yeah, but your appetite has changed targets a day.
Shosha is going to look into Aday's eyes, looking for any flicker of recognition whatsoever, and say, "Please trust me. Please." And I am going to attempt to plane shift the two of us. It entirely depends on whether or not Aday is a willing creature. You are muted, D.
I rolled to see if a day would recognize you, and I got a natural 1. So
Oh God!
Oh no!
if anything, the look has gone from no recognition to you would probably taste great.
In that case, Shosha probably wouldn't try and plane shift because she'd see that in his eyes.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Because she's going entirely off of trying to get a spark of recognition. Then Shosha's going to cast a different spell with her hand on Aday's cheek. That's super fun.
How's that bat poop, Arabella?
How's it going?
Yeah, how
Annabelle?
much bat poop have I gathered at this time? Did I gather enough bat poop for?
Probably no, because reasons. You'll find out when the camera shifts.
I could fucking excuse me? Okay.
Cool.
I'm fighting for my life over here.
We're fighting for a day's soul!
I got bat poop.
Ah, man, now it sounds religious.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Question. Can Aday's body be moved?
Yeah,
Well,
it's just stiff as a
paralyzed.
board.
Oh wait, but Shosha does not have a very high strength score. Fuck!
Big titty got GF not strong.
Hey, so when I focus on Healy, can I tell where she is and what she's doing? And is she still flying around with a Nati?
You can check in mentally.
Is it gonna take my action?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'll make it a bonus action.
Cool. Does she still have a Nati on her back?
Well, you kind of check in with Healy, and Healy is going, Mother, this one seems intent on finding out what is. Would you please stop doing that? And you kind of look for a moment through Healy's eyes, and you see Anati going, I want to know what's going on down there. And jumps off of Healy, like face first. And then Healy has to keep catching. And you can see as she's falling, she's kind of looking through the scope just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. But Healy is like trying to basically keep away a fearless child who's very worried about her father right now.
Okay. In that case, Shosha's encountered a vampire before.
Yeah, you have.
Would a day be recognizably that right now?
Share some symptoms, but I would say roll me a medicine check.
Great. 14.
Share some symptoms, but I mean, there's things that are different, that are off. So it's kind of hard to tell.
Here goes nothing. Shosha's going to take out her dagger, slash open her hand, and tell Yenna, unfreeze him.
All right, I'll drop concentration.
And Shosha will hold her hand up to a day's face.
It smells disgusting, but it's warm.
A day will drink, and he'll just grab Shosha by the wrist, and you got levitate on, right? You said? Yeah, and just like drag her through the air closer. Like not even move, don't move his neck at all. Just snatch the wrist and pull it to his face.
Roll me a constitution check at disadvantage, please.
Okie doke, gamer. Is this a check or a saving throw?
This is a savings throw. That's my bad.
Doke. 13. Natural 20 on the other side.
You start to heave. You fall to your knees and you start to heave, and you see the ring glowing green protecting you, but it's only able to do so much with this particular brand of poison. Your eyes are kind of fading from that feral red to your own normal self, but you feel incredibly sick.
The day will spit into the snow and will summon Tithe Taker to his hand.
Okay.
And use it to stand up. And he'll just walk away.
How about the rest of you?
Depends on how much blood Shosha just lost.
Go ahead and roll me a D4 a day.
3.
You lose temporarily until you take a long rest, 3 points of constitution.
Okay. Just doing math here. Okay. Oh, I'm conscious.
And go ahead and roll me that medicine check at advantage now that you've been bit.
12.
It's kind of hard for you to tell. And finally here, I'm going to need you to make me 2 constitution saves.
And I just lost 3 points in Constitution?
Uh-huh. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. Eugene, you're gonna be the first to notice that Shosha's aura gets a little darker.
How far is
I was
Dave
gonna.
gotten? Yeah. What do you think?
Go ahead.
Is Shosha still like on her feet and conscious though?
Mhm. But you just feel exhausted. It's like you did the most intense workout you've ever done in a second. Like, oh fuck. Everything hurts, everything's aching, and you just really want to nap.
Cool. Shosha's jogging after a day.
Are you still levitating?
I levitate only goes up and down, so I have to drop levitate.
All right, so you're chasing after. So Shosha's chasing after a day. Yenna is with Eugene, and that is where the camera's gonna zoom and back into the mines where we find Arabella. Scraping some guano, getting some poop.
Some bat dookie.
Yeah, I'm getting some bat dookie. I'm live, laugh, laughing in these conditions,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I see you.
She got gloves on though. She's not with her bare hands. No.
Where are your swords?
At her hips.
Okay. So
Why?
go ahead and just roll me athletics to see how well you're doing at getting the components that were asked of you.
Components. Got him.
Components.
Components.
Okay. You're kind of you're slacking. You're slacking off a little bit. But that's fine. And here, let's actually get. But then you kind.
That poop central.
Yeah, you turn and your sword hits rock. And you hear bing bong resonating from the blade of your sword.
From hitting the rock?
Mm-hmm.
Can I look at what rock? Which sword hit it? It has to be Sivrils because Castanea is a hilt. Can I see what rock she hit?
I mean, sure. You look at it and it is a rock for sure.
Can I investigate the rock?
Sure.
12. I have a plus 10 to investigation and I rolled a down.
After very thorough and studious investigations and tests, you can 100% confirm that this is in fact a rock.
Sedimentary rock, if you really look into it that much.
Can I tap the sword against the rock again?
Sure. Bing bong.
Is it just the sword making the noise, or is it echoing from somewhere else? The second bomb
seems to be coming from the blade. It's making the sounds of like a hollow bell, but it is in fact a fully folded and well-made blade. Which seems kind of strange.
Can I activate my blade song?
Sure.
Actually, what is the situation with the cave I'm in? Like, what is this area? Is it just like a poop hole, or like?
This is where the Zuko's mine.
And I'm gonna do a little bonky again.
Instead of the bells, you hear a choir. Oh.
This is just a like a rock. It's not like an ore. Like it doesn't have an ore in it or anything.
Oh, not that you can see.
Can I try hitting the sword on a different rock? Actually,
Sure.
on the wall or something?
Sure. Oh.
Can I investigate around me? I don't know what.
Sure.
I'm looking for something.
Okay.
27.
Okay. You're looking all around you, and you can tell that there are some ore deep in the rocks. You could tell that some of the stones you hit had ore in them. Some of the stones you hit didn't have ore in them. This is a mine for sure.
Can I think of any reason why this sword would be ringing? Is there anything I read about? Like ores?
Roll me a history check.
Any similar ores echoing off of each other like this? 25?
You do know that the sword's main purpose is to document the stories of blade singers, past, present, and future. You are aware that it is finely crafted. However, you are also aware that nobody really knows what this sword is made of. In fact, there are times when you look at the blade and it has a very liquid quality to it, where it changes the runes that are written on it, from spells to stories of previous wielders. But then most of the time when you use it, it looks just like like any other steel.
When I'm hitting it against the rock, is it changing what it looks like, or is it looking like steel?
Right now, it's in its very much more lucid form. Almost like liquid metal.
Is there any of the ore that I can get at right now? Or is
Sure.
it just, I'd like to...
There are pickaxe lying around.
Sure, I'd like to fucking hack at some ore, please. I want to see if it's similar in material to this sword.
Okay. So you do just that, and you have this crude ore in front of you, and doesn't seem similar.
What are you? I don't... Just holding the sword in the hand.
Mhm.
What is making you react this way right here? I don't understand. Is this where you're from? Is this the material you're made out of? Can I hit the ore
Sure. It's just a rock.
Does it make the bing bong chorus
Nope.
noise? It doesn't
It
make
makes-
the chorus?
Nope. It just makes sounds that rocks make when rocks hit rocks and then hit floor.
When it hits the sword?
Yeah, when it hits the sword, just makes. Oh no, when it hits the sword, it goes. Oh.
Same noise.
Mhm.
What is it? I'm just gonna fucking, I guess, tap the sword like fucking around. I don't fucking know what to do. I'm confused.
Oh, okay.
Arabella's smart. I'm not.
It's okay. It's okay. So you start whacking the sword around, and what you notice is that it doesn't really matter what the sword is hitting. The constant in this situation is not what's being hit, it's what's doing the hitting. It's the sword.
You're trying to tell me how is after a minute does my blade song
Go away. It does.
okay. Can I try? Can I try casting something with my sword? I just cast a green flame blade just on a thing on a rock, I guess.
Sure. Works as normal.
I don't understand you. What? Is there some?
Oh. And it says, "What's there to understand?" In writing on the sword.
In common?
No, in Sylvan.
In Sylvan. Yeah, that's
You-
link. Or I see. I can read Elvish, Primordial, and Common.
It would write it in Sylvan, and then you would see ... and then it would do it in Elven.
I guess I'm just a little lost and unsure what to do with myself. Trying to find meaning in random things, I guess, and I just don't know what to do.
Do you swing the sword? Do you hit the sword on anything, or
I guess she'll just flourish the sword, not gonna hit it on anything anymore.
when you do the flourish, there's ripples in the liquid of the sword or the liquid metal, and it goes. The easiest way to find yourself stumped is to overthink.
I guess, but I don't know what to do.
Great. That means you're free to do anything.
Do you have a name?
You haven't given me one.
Would you like one?
I'd like for you to find mine.
Do you have a recommendation on where to look?
You know where.
Wikipedia. I guess so. I'll find you one.
You do notice something. Actually, roll me an intelligence check.
21?
You do notice something particularly funny with the grammar that the sword is using. It's referring to you by an honorific that, to your translation, is the equivalent of professor or teacher.
I'm fucking somebody's something now. I now have a name in mind, but I need to double check my language. Hold on. That's the word. What is it? It's Hube. Hube.
Actually, with the 21, I'll give you this too. Not only is the honorific for teacher or professor, but it's an exalted teacher or professor, someone who has been almost like a tenured professor. So it's almost addressing you as an elder.
Why that honorific? She's just gonna say that to the sword.
Is that not what you are?
Doesn't feel like it. I feel like you have to do a lot more with life and actually teach people to get an honorific like that.
Has the mantle not been passed down to you?
Mantle?
You are a magister, are you not?
Is magister a term that I've heard before?
Roll me a history check, DC 25.
27, baby!
Magisters don't exist anymore. Magisters were around in the second and first age and were people that were handpicked by a divine being to spread their knowledge of magic towards the world. It is how magic was given to mortals in the first place.
There hasn't been a magister in many ages. And I've never been given a divine gift.
The sword is tugging at you. Do you allow it to lead you?
Yeah.
So it leads you right about to here. Then it tugs again.
Over the ledge?
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
She can pause for a second. Just thinking, and then remembers what Cyril said about being one with the wind and air.
And so you walk. And you keep walking. And you keep walking.
On air?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Cool. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you are a magister. You can... Here, perhaps this may work. And you see your sword, the reflection of your swords, the reflection of yourself in your sword kind of protrudes out of the sword, and there's a double of you. Only with your permission, Magister.
Go right ahead.
You see a wave of energy blasting at you. And
From the
nothing.
sword? Or
From your reflection.
a brace, I guess.
There's no need to. Nothing happens.
Is the other me still there?
Just looking at you.
I'm just, is there anything different about me? I don't, what the fuck?
Not that you can see. You're just both standing there.
I guess I'm lost on what I'm supposed to be seeing.
You are the Magister, are you not?
I don't know. I don't think I am. How does...
You immediately start falling.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna think about being one with the air. Again.
And you're falling.
And I'm falling, and I'm falling. Okay. Okay! Oh boy! Maybe. What is...
You slow down a little bit.
Sivril? Was Sivril a Magister? Is that how this passes on?
Silver was no Magister.
Who is
But he
the
gave
last...
you what you need in order to accept the gift of Magister.
So I just am?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm a Magister now. Am I still falling?
You're floating slowly towards the bottom of the mine. You see a couple of bodies of people that slipped and fell.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Who was the last maid?
You hit the bottom.
Okay. So, Magister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so lost. I don't... Is this what I'm supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do?
I save Gloria, I guess. Be a KingsGuard. Do something amazing and great.
Okay. Do something amazing and great.
Can I think about just floating back up to the top?
No.
Okay. And how does one do this?
Well, what's your name?
Arabella?
You feel the sword taking your arm again. And then it carves a sigil into the stone. And the sigil begins to glow a virulent red. And you close your eyes. And you can still see through the sigil.
What did the sigil look like?
That's entirely up to you.
Oh. Mm. Is it? Is it asking for my name or is it asking for something else?
It said what it said.
So I'm looking through the sigil at myself.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything?
You just see yourself. Your eyes are closed, but you can still see through the sigil.
Arabella Chestnut?
Yes, that is your name.
I don't know what else you want. My name.
And after you say Arabella Chestnut, it's almost like you hear your voice twice. And the last 9 words that you say afterwards, and then you're back to speaking normally again.
Are you looking for more after that?
No response.
In this world, how commonly known are true names about the world?
Not very.
Not very.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be something that Arabella might know?
DC 30. Arcana. Nope.
Nope. Can I try re-rolling that one?
Sure.
24. Nope. I guess I'll just sit down here then.
If that's your choice.
I don't know what other choice I have besides physically climbing out of here. Not exactly my strong suit, but I guess I'll have to do it.
Is this really all you can think of, Manchester?
To get out of here or for a name? Because that's the only name I have.
Your name is your own. You've chosen it well.
I mean, I don't really choose a name. Just sort of given to me at birth.
Well, I'd imagine we'll just sit here. It shouldn't be long before you see the purpose that you are meant to serve and the abilities that you now have. They'll take some time, and I am eager to watch you learn.
Well.
And that's when it happens. You hear, no more excuses. I want Arabella dead now. And then it cuts out after that.
Where did I hear that from?
You know the general direction. And it came as such a shock, you couldn't really place who it was. But there's a feeling in your chest that if you wanted to, you could probably be there.
Did this sound like Mirabelle?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Why it's Darby Dumb? 16?
No. It's just kind of like you randomly hear another voice come.
I'd like to go wherever that was. Why not? I think too much, apparently.
And the camera's gonna zoom back in on the rest of the squad. So, you know what? We're gonna start with Yenna and Eugene. Where are you two?
I'm still sitting in the snow.
I think Yenna is like bandaging Eugene up and like healing.
Like, I've lost sight of what I am doing in this world and where the direction I need to go in. A long time ago, apparently.
Well, we have a month to figure it out.
So, when we were in the Feywilds, and I disappeared, a day disappeared as well?
The Black King cast a spell that sent a day somewhere. I don't know where.
The Black King sent a day to Lilith.
And then Lilith sent a day back to us. It seems changed.
We also have another problem.
And what's that?
Right before you all found me on that ship, well, before I appeared on your ship, I had a run-in with an angel.
What did they look like?
They called themselves Hannibal. One of the crew members, well, I don't know if crew members or one of the people on the ship was able to stop him. But apparently, he was attached to a day's spirit somehow. And I had to set him free.
Possibly not to a day spirit. It might be attached to me. I might have made a deal to get out of prison way back in Nervay. Hannibal killed every single guard in the place. He was in disguise outside my cell. Offered me a choice. And I'm fairly certain I was also the one that led him to you.
Well, he found me, and I just set him free from being frozen in the mouth of a kraken. And he's back with Lilith. Look, I'm
sorry.
No. You have nothing to be sorry about. This is every day it's just, just learning new things that we have to be more aware of. And what they say, knowledge is power. So the more
And
you
in
know,
terms
the
of things, we're
more.
pretty powerless.
Yeah, very much so. Um, I know nothing about being a king. I am thrust upon this situation in which I have absolutely no idea what's going on. But, taking it well in the face, if I say so myself. But yeah, I'm not ready to talk to Lilith just yet. And we have to prepare for so much more. So Eugene will get up and extend a hand to Yenna.
I'll take it and stand.
I trust today. I trust Shosha. They can figure out what's going on. And hopefully a day won't try to kill us. But I've felt their hunger. It's pretty bad. So what we got to do is just prepare.
Prepare for things we know and things we don't. Well, whatever happens, I'm by your side. Till the end. Which I feel keeps coming sooner and sooner every single time. Ow!
Let's get...
That was a mistake.
You need to rest up.
No, I'll be fine.
You need to rest.
Are you making that an order?
Come on. Let's get to work. But also, if we actually ever get a little bit of downtime, it feels like we keep on going from one thing to another, and it feels like forces are trying to give us downtime, but we keep on fucking it up. I would like to watch the stars with you again.
I'd like that too. And Yenna will kiss him on the cheek.
Oh.
Just a
Anything-
little taste for the shippers.
Anything else, or is the camera gonna zoom on over to our other ship?
I'll let the camera zoom over to the other ship, but that's me.
Eugene just like a silent.
I feel so bad for what's about to happen.
Ripperoni.
Not in this one, just how this is all gonna wrap up. So the camera zooms over to Shosha and a day. Oh, what are you two up to?
I'm walking away.
Shosha is jogging to keep up, taking 2 steps for every one of the days. A day, please. A day.
Why are you following me, Shosha?
Because I want to make sure you're okay.
I'm not the one cut half to death.
I've had worse scrapes. And Yenna will be fine.
Does that make it better?
A day. What happened?
something that is not going to go away with kind words or platitudes, Shosha.
Well, for me to offer anything else, I need information.
Don't follow me. And they will resume walking.
Shosha will stop jogging after him. At least tell me where you're going.
I'm going to be amongst the dead. Where I think I should be going.
And so do you let a day continue on?
What's the landscape look like where we are?
You are in the mountains. So it is very rocky and cold and a little treacherous.
Going toward the city of Zucandia proper.
Okay.
The mountains sort of like slope down into this caldera where there are mountains on all sides, which is a big part of the Zukoan defense, is that there's only really one way to get to the heart of the city. A day's walking that way, but like at an angle. It doesn't look like he's going to the city proper, but something near it.
Okay. Day's just about to blend into the citizens that are walking throughout the city. You could choose to press on and continue following, obviously, or you can let there be a little bit of distance. That will involve a perception check to see if you can keep a day in your sights and a stealth check to make sure that you're not seen.
Cool. Shosho will follow it at a distance.
All right, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Oh boy. And a day you do get to make a your passive perception would pick that up, that you are being trailed.
I'll let her follow me.
Okay. And so you both move through the city. And our camera's gonna zoom away again. And this time we find ourselves with Arabella, who clumsily finds herself in the throne room.
Oopsie!
Ice Heart Manor.
Oopsie!
And for a brief moment, Maribel's eyes are locked on yours, and you see a furious look, and you hear, "Well, you have a lot of nerve showing up here."
Do I see Ariel on her?
You do.
And you have a lot of nerve pickpocketing from me.
And all you hear as you talk is woo, 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 woo.
Do I look wobbly?
You look at yourself and you look kind of blurry, kind of fuzzy. And then Maribel continues. So I'm going to guess this is another one of your little ice bitches, right? You wouldn't have the nerve to step up. You wouldn't have the nerve to come here and face me. And then you hear footsteps from behind you. Well, you've made a mess of the place. So. Oh,
Who
look.
dat? Who dat?
That's Shosha's mommy.
Oh, Shosha's mom. Oh, is Mirabelle looking at me?
It
Or
looks
she's-
like she's looking at you, but she's
Staring through me. I want to step to the side and just.
her eye stays locked on Shashina. So, what is it now? Another threat? And you see Shashina just pacing along. I've let you warm that seat long enough. This is my official word to you that, despite your best efforts, I have made it to Devanora. And I have friends. And I have demands. We could stop this war before it even starts. But there are a few things that I'm going to need you to acquiesce to. And Mirabelle leans over. What's to stop me from having Owen strangle you right now? And Owen just looks at Mirabelle and then looks over to Shashina. And then there's a puzzled look on his face. And just as Mirabelle's about to say something, he goes, "Stop talking."
Is he looking? He's looking around, but he's not.
He's
looking at
looking
me?
around, yeah.
I would like to. Can I try and? I'm trying to sneak. How close is he to? Oh, he's right there.
Bing.
I.
Oh, so sorry.
Hee hee.
Here. Just gonna have you.
I would like to. Can I sneak around this way? I'm trying to get to Ariel as fast as possible.
You can certainly try.
Well, also staying as far the fuck away from Owen as humanly possible.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Do I have an advantage because I'm weird and bubbly?
Not for him, unfortunately.
I'm just gonna give myself advantage on this anyways.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
Bad.
And you take a step forward and you immediately hear, "Just because we can't see you doesn't mean that the fortifications of this castle will not work. I highly recommend you step away from the throne."
Oh, they can't see me.
What do you do?
Can I push a hand towards the throne? What happens?
Well, move your token. How much closer do you get?
Yeah, she'll move 5 feet, and then she's she's pushing a hand in front of her just to see what happens first.
Nothing's happening so far, but I need you to move your token.
Okay. Did that move on your screen? Because it.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Everything seems fine so far. But now you see Owen's head is kind of, instead of just kind of looking all over the room, he's starting to zero in. And you can see that blue eye of his going just.
Can I? What do I have in my bag? Can I take my signet ring and just I want to try and huck it like far to the right. Just try and make it hit something.
You throw it, and as soon as it hits the ground, the sound is muffled.
Huh.
So it doesn't do anything.
Wild. She's gonna walk faster, is what she
Okay.
says. Still kind of cautious. Oh God, leg cramp. Yep, still kind of cautiously though.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's where we are. I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Fuck my leg. Oh. I did cause a leg cramp in real life. Constitution save?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was not supposed to be an advantage.
I mean, you rolled the 16 first, so even if it's not at advantage.
Why don't you re-roll that for me?
Okay. 16.
That's much better. Uh, 36 points of thunder damage as you step across the threshold, and the candles on both sides send flares of light that erupt a little bead on the side. And it's just.
Can I? Would it be possible to counter spell? Is it a spell being cast, or is it me triggering something?
It's you triggering a trap.
Okay.
And as soon as that happens, Owen takes his place in front of Mirabelle, and you see Mirabelle suit up, and you also see Shishina's her hands start to glow green as daggers just appear in her hands.
Where is Ariel in relation to the Iron Man suit?
It is now covered. Which will make a sleight of hand check on this very difficult because you have to get through armor plates.
Can I try calling out to Ariel?
Sure.
Just Arabella.
And as soon as you say something out loud, you hear a voice in your head that goes, "If you speak, you void my protection."
Can I think back? I'm trying to rescue my friend.
You're able to tell that this warning isn't an active connection.
Uh-huh.
This is just a contingency of the spell to warn someone that they're about to break the spell.
What are some non-verbal spells I have? Verbal. All of them are verbal. Why don't I ever learn my lesson? I'm going to use a card. I would like to use my fortuitous circumstance card.
Mm-hmm.
To just to make this a little better. I'd like to try and shimmy around and just try and reach for Ariel anyways.
Well,
Oh no!
I'm gonna play that card in response.
Okay.
And it's Ariel that you find is not functioning properly.
Ariel?
Mm-hmm. So
But do I,
when you get a glimpse at Ariel, you can see that there is something wrong with the blade as it's kind of just kind of glitching about. Now, your fortuitous circumstance is that you hear Shishina go, "Enough," and sends a bolt directly at Owen. You are more than welcome to do an arcana check to see if you can figure out what spell is being cast. And I have to now actually get these character sheets up.
It's all kicking off.
And that's a natural one. I have no idea what's being cast.
Oh no.
At least
Okay.
it's an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
Here we go, lads. Here we go.
But do I have Ariel back? Is she with me? Did I?
No, you don't. No, you just got sight of her.
Okay.
So you still have to try and holy shit, she did do that. Okay, well, here we go. That's my mom.
Yeah, everyone's gonna take the opportunity of them like fucking blasting shit to just shimmy around.
So you see a green blast hit Owen in the chest, and you can see from the wound. Content warning. It's not going to be gruesome, but the cut is deep to the point where you could see the spinal column from his chest. And he just looks down at it. It drops to one knee. You know, I never understood why everyone was so afraid of your guard dog. But she starts to walk closer.
Can
If
I
you wanna-
run around
Oh,
at this
Go
point?
ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you move your full movement.
Nope. Whatever side I saw Ariel from a flash of, she's gonna move
Mhm.
there.
All right. It is going to be a DC 25 sleight of hand. And you also get another warning. If you make contact with an enemy, your protection is void.
Mhm. 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 Let me check something real quick. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm going to very carefully try and extract Ariel.
If you miss it by more than 5, you touch Mirabelle. Okay.
25. Oh, hallelujah.
Darby Pack, you lucky little fucker.
All right, Roll20. Listen here, you fuck. Where was that from me? Where was that?
I am so
Surgical
genuinely
precision.
upset right now. I am so genuinely upset right now. But you know what? That is fine. That's a mate. Fuck you,
Wow.
Roll20. Anyway, so you, in the midst of this, you see Owen drop to his knees. Mirabelle stands up, puts a hand on his shoulder, and you yank Ariel. And she just goes, I've never understood why everyone's so afraid of your little guard dog. You never seem to be much to me. And he starts to walk closer. It's going to make it about here. What do you do now that you have Ariel?
You know what? I'm gonna think about Eugene, the king. I'm like, you know what? They're gonna fucking do whatever they're fucking doing. I just want to go back to my friends, thinking about Eugene and Yenna and Shoshana Day.
Are you going into the king space?
No.
It's up to you.
I'm just like, I thought about coming here with just a wish. I'm just gonna hoping, just as I'm just shimmying away, I'm just gonna think about them and think about my friends and just want to return, because maybe I'm magic and special, and by God, if there's ever a time to be magic and special and start to learn something, it would be nice if I could just Just go on back.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Advantage. That'll be a natural 20. Give me a good luck card, please.
God,
Woohoo!
who did you sell your soul to before this
Oh,
game
no!
started? Who was it?
What? Who do I have to?
Who I gotta
who
talk
do I
to
have
about this?
Set, who do I have to set? Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny. Do I need to make a sacrifice to you? Do I need to commit to a gym? Like,
Hey,
what do I need to do? What do I need to do to get good rolls? What am
We
I?
all become warlocks, and our patron is Danny, our local friendly himbo.
With the 30, you start thinking. I already gave you your card.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see.
With the 30, you start thinking about how you got here. And you realize it wasn't so much wishing or thinking about it that brought you here. And then you think about the sigil that you drew. And you close your eyes. And you can see through the sigil that old cave again. And then you close your eyes, and you're still here. After that occurs, you see Owen get up, and the wound slowly starts to heal. And he goes, I don't have time to worry about the snake. Maribel, are you able and willing to deal with this while I find the interloper here? And Maribel goes, what interloper? What are you talking about? There is someone. No, not someone. A KingsGuard.
Can I think about that sigil and just remember seeing myself through the sigil and just through the sigil?
You can see through the sigil all you want to, but that's not what brought you here.
Was it the drawing of the sigil? Can I make an intelligence check to see how smart Arabella is?
Sure.
Fucking dumb. She's dumb.
I'm so sorry.
She's stupid. Is what's up.
I'm so sorry. But he continues. It's a KingsGuard. Then he walks over.
Walk it. I'm walking away. Walk away.
To you.
Nope. Don't like that. You just shimmy. I'm gonna shimmy away.
So are you one that would be upset if I killed Borwin?
Say nothing. Holding composure. Just silently flipping him off.
You're not the king.
God, what
Not
brought me here? What fucking brought me here? I don't know. I heard a voice and I thought I wanted to go. Can I enter the king's space and try and listen to Yato or Eugene or someone talking?
As you step back, he's right behind you. And you're not the angel either.
Walking this way.
And this is the first time you've seen him do this, but he takes a step. And there's another one right in front of you.
And walk backwards, walk backwards. Can I answer the king's space? A fucking taproot.
You can absolutely enter the king's space. All you have to do is make a wisdom check.
I would like to make a wisdom check.
Go for it.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, how?
And you close your eyes. Let me give you your card. And you close your eyes. And you open them. And you're in the king's space with Owen face to face with you. I knew it was you.
Can I poke his eyes?
You do, and does it flinch? It's like that scene in Superman Returns where the bullet hits his eyes. It's just
That's, you should really get that checked out. That's not healthy.
it helps to watch. You're different. You met Alexander Cross.
Can I try and leave, exit the king space, just not physically near Owen?
You can feel that he is latching onto you somehow.
Is there a way I can break his latch?
You can try. What would you like to do?
You don't belong here. Borwin may, in some capacity, have been a member of our crew for a time, but you are not Borwin, and you do not belong here. Get out.
And you are a living testament to the desperation of the KingsGuard of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Of all the blessings that he could have given you, the fact that he gave you this one is truly annoying. And you see, he conjures up energy in his hands, points at you point blank, and casts a spell.
Can I counterspell?
Sure.
I would like to counterspell it. Sixth level, please.
Okay. Roll, please.
Casting spell. Use.
He's using a slot higher than 6th level. So you have
Okay.
to-
It's a D20.
Like your spell attack roll.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's just an intelligence roll?
Plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency? Okay.
Yep, you just got to beat 18.
So just I guess just add, what is our proficiency now? 3, 4.
I,
3.
I hate to be that person, but it's not plus proficiency. It's
Oh.
just your spellcasting stat.
Just my
Oh,
intent?
that's right. Yep.
Okay. 14.
You
There's-
feel
Do you have a
the
good-
magic swallow up your counter spell. And you've seen this spell before, or at least the results of it. It's the same spell that fell your king. And it washes over you. And you're fine.
What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing?
You see him go. Clever. Even inspired. Annoying. But that just means that when the time comes, I'm going to have to beat you to death.
Hey, Noir.
Yeah?
Do I get a sense that someone's in the king's space?
You
Or no?
do!
Yeah. Yeah. Can I go into the king's space?
You can.
I would like to.
Roll me a wisdom check, please.
I feel a tingling. I feel a tingling in the plums.
A shimmy.
There's some tingling in Eugene's plums. And just a regular old wisdom check. 21.
You are there and you make it directly to where Arabella and Owen are. And you see that same spell that you saw wash over Arabella and no damage.
Cool. Hey, get out.
Oh,
Exactly
It's
what
the-
I said.
it's the king. Wait.
God, you
Dude,
and
you
your
gotta stop sniffing.
you and your
It's
whole
fucking
sniffing
weird.
thing, like every single time.
You really gotta
Every
stop.
single time.
It's super rude.
It makes me super conscious about
What
myself.
did
You
you
like-
learn to do?
Uh
How about you respect some boundaries first?
th- this, and I force him out the king space.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom check. It's going to be a DC 25.
Can I, in the king space, go into my second wild shape of my starry form?
So it's not going to have any, like, this is all mental. So there's not going to be any physical changes to you. But if that makes
Yeah.
you feel better, then mentally, you can.
So I wouldn't get my like thing of when I can.
This
when
is all happening in the mind.
Cool. All right. Cool. That's fine. Oh wait, I have advantage on wisdom checks. I don't know what the fuck am I
This
doing?
means you need a natural 20.
Oh right, I need fucking natural 20 because it's 25. Fuck. All right. Damn.
Wait, do you have a good luck card that can give you a bonus?
Hey, let me see. Let's see what I have here. That's a saving throw. Ugh, this is not a saving throw.
Can I throw a good luck card at Eugene?
Sure.
I'm just imagining like me and Yetta was just walking on like, hold on.
D6 after making a skill or attack roll. So throw a
So
D6.
roll a
at-
D6.
Yeah.
Great.
Fingers crossed you get a 5 or a 6. It's a 3. Of course, it's a 3.
Danny, what the fuck do I have to do to be getting good rolls up in here?
He looks at you and he goes, "What did you learn to do?" No, that
Yes.
was
Can I hit him?
your fist would pass right through. This is all mental.
Is it? Or can I?
You all know what goes on in the king space. But you see it dawn on him, and he says, to walk as many
God,
as one.
get the
Can
fuck
I-
out
can
of my head.
Can I draw? Can I do what we did there and channel some energy into Eugene?
Wait, what are you trying to do?
The when we did the walk as 5 as 1, we did a thing to make Eugene stronger.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Put a hand on Eugene's shoulder. I think my king and I are in lockstep, and we say, "Go fuck yourself and get the fuck out." And I just like to some chutzpah into.
Mhm.
Cool.
All right. So this is going to be a contested wisdom check. You get to roll at advantage, AJ.
Yes.
I mean, where are you? I know I had you here. Come on, bro. Where? Oh, wait. Am I in the wrong thing? No. Where are you at, Owen?
Don't
Oh,
worry.
no.
I'm
can't
he
find
has a
character sheet.
negative
Guess not.
6.
Guess Owen doesn't exist anymore. There's no character sheet.
Damn.
Hate to see it.
Oh no. Oh, too
Oh no.
bad.
Our
Oh,
Owen.
here it
Uh,
is. All right,
Oh, no.
so here we go.
Oh, no.
Let's roll wisdom. Wisdom check.
Okay.
So he got a 21.
He's advantage too.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 21. But hey, can I use my cosmic omen? Because I still have 4 more uses of those.
Yes.
Yes.
So what you see here,
-1. Fucker. I'm petty as fuck. You have 20.
and here's what you all experience, because this is going to reverberate throughout all of King Space. Arabella surrendered her powers to Eugene. But you watch as Owen begins to siphon that energy away from you. And it's a battle of wills between the both of you as he's trying to co-opt your ability.
Yeah, no. The KingsGuard and I are one. You have a taste.
What does it look like when you shunt him out of the king space?
I think since I have Arabella's power within me right now, it shows like kind of like a glowing aura, like an aura expands off of Eugene, and you just see a glowing aura of Eugene and a glowing aura of Arabella, and just fully grabbing Owen and just pushing him out.
And Arabella, you see in the real world Owen standing in front of you, and then just and blood coming down his nose, eyes, and ears, and he just falls to his knees. And you also hear, what's the first thing you say when you go back to the real world, Eugene?
I kind of like catch myself. I look at Yenna and I was like, Arabella's in trouble. I don't know where she is. We need to get to Arabella.
Can I hear that?
And Arabella, you hear, Arabella's in trouble. We need to get to, and then it stops.
Can I focus on those words and who's saying them and go there?
Yep.
Do I?
Roll me an Arcana check.
$26.
And just like that, you're standing right next to Eugene.
Huh.
We need to get to her. She's in trouble. Oh, hi. Everyone just appearing out of nowhere.
You'll get used to it. It'll be fine. Is that bat? Guano?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is Oh
yeah,
God.
I was about to hug you and
No,
make sure that you were
don't
safe.
worry about
but
it. It's in this
no.
bag. It's in a bag. It's in a bag. I had to the person that Aday sent me to asked if I would collect components. Bat guano being one of them. I'm not really a component gal myself, but fun story.
Yeah. What was that?
First, Arabella's gonna pull out several she is going to pull out Granada. and just say, thank you. You have opened my eyes to something, and I look forward to not overthinking in the future.
Good. And that's it. That's the only thing it says.
So, turns out, might have been bestowed with a special summon. And I may have teleported to Iceheart Castle and overheard a bit of a conversation between Shashina and Mirabelle. So I know a little bit of what's going on between the two of them. But Owen was there, and of course, you know how annoying Owen is, and he sort of started sniffing for me, and then found me, and that's kind of where. And then you know the rest.
Okay. All right.
In any case, I also have Ariel back, but she looks kind of.
It's glitching all over the place.
Are you okay, Ariel? I need to find help for Ariel. Does it look like it looks like Mirabelle did something to her? Typical.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see what's up with Ariel?
Sure.
13.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Sure.
Now that I have more time with her?
Now that you're not in danger anymore.
24.
You notice that there are carvings in the short sword, and there's also, it looks like string at first, but then you kind of look closer into the hilt and there's wires all about it, like as if this had been modified somehow. It looks more technological than it does magical.
God, what did she do to you? How? I'm going to help you. We're going to figure this out, Ariel. Well,
Think. AI override initiated. Stabilization protocol Alpha G14
do I
activate.
Do I have a once upon a time?
You haven't used it today.
What just happened to Ariel?
Ariel was starting to speak and try to harness control, and you heard another voice on top of it saying that there's a protocol to suppress the magical item whenever it tries to do something like that.
Once upon a time, a shard of chaos and time, a friend to many, and just the most incredible being. Broke free of the restrictions.
Focal pattern recognized as Arabella Chestnut. Contingency A, activate.
Did my once upon a time?
As you were continuing your once upon a time, you were speaking and no words were coming out.
What happened? Did no words come out of Anna?
No words came out of Yenna's mouth as well.
Is Ariel doing anything else?
Still glitching.
When I cast Disguise Self, does my voice also change?
It can. to see if it's enough to fool this this AI. However, we will need to have you roll a disguise check. Is it still a thing? Is it
Deception?
Deception? That's what it is.
Or would a performance
my
check
brain-
work? Because I have proficiency in
I'll-
performance.
I'll give you a performance.
Okay. I'm gonna just hand Eugene Ariel real quick. Just
Okay.
and walk and just kind of keep making a noise. At one point.
When you finally get out of the range, you hear yourself.
Okay.
Eugene's just staring at the sword because the last time he held it, he cut off his hands.
True.
Yena's
no
going to look at
sound.
Eugene, and Muted is going to say, "You know, you look very attractive today." Eugene cannot hear this because we're still under the silence effect.
Can I?
Yes.
Did this AI protocol just cast silence? Is that something I can?
Yeah, you can reasonably assume that that's what happened.
Can I cast Dispel Magic at 5th level
Of course.
on targeting Ariel and the silence effect?
Yes, you can. High or low?
Hi.
God, am I about to use this?
Yes.
Okay.
Baby, oh my god. Eugene, can you say something?
Hi.
You hear him just fine.
Once upon a time, a shard of chaos and time, a being who I adore and care for with all of my
Vocal
heart,
recognition.
broke free of
Arabella
of-
Chestnut.
broke free
Emergency
of an AI
contingency
protocol
stigma.
that was keeping her in check, and I'd like to just rush it out.
Okay.
Does it?
Nothing happens.
Did I manage to? Did I feel the magic take place, or?
Magic happened and then it didn't.
Okay, Eugene, can you?
This thing can just what is this? What's going on?
Is Eugene speaking?
Mhm.
Okay. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to stop talking.
Like you finished. You were
Uh-huh.
able to finish the story, just nothing happened.
And just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Did something go wrong with it, or did I say something that wasn't possible?
I'll give you a Arcana check.
I hate myself, and my luck has run out.
You can't tell what went wrong.
Okay. Thank you, Eugene. I'm just gonna have to figure this out the hard way.
Vocal recognition. Arabella Chestnut. Deploy message. If you're hearing this, you stole from me, you dirty bitch. That's fine. I will find you, and I will gut you. Have a great day. Your loving sister, the better one.
Did I hear where the message came from?
From the sword. Or,
Okay.
yeah. From,
The hilt in particular?
Yeah. Mhm.
Can I just tug a little bit at it? The wiring.
Sure.
Just
As soon as you tug on the wire, you hear Ariel, ah!
okay. We're gonna have to figure this out. Anyways,
So sorry.
what's up with you two? You look a little worse for wear, actually, now that I'm getting a good look at you.
Been a long day.
Sorry. I just saw that Danny quoted us because we've been talking smack.
Welcome in,
Like,
Raiders.
just as you asked that question, though, how's it going? You two look a little worse for wear. You all hear in the distance, and you walk out. And if you look even out of a window, you can see a column of smoke coming from the Iceheart Manor.
God.
And I think
I need a nap.
Yeah.
I need a nap.
I think Shashina's snow golem is probably dead now.
and that is where we're going to call it for today. I know it's a rather short one. So sorry about that, y'all, but we will be right back into it next Monday. Same KingsGuard time, same KingsGuard channel. I've been your GM, Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I have stuff coming up. There's Dragon Day. There's Morning Ritual with Sarah Thompson of Combat Wheelchair Fade. There is other thing. Oh yeah, there's Trouble in the Second City. New Bloods over on Stella Luna's channel. We're having a great time with that. Today was the premiere of episode 1 of Into the Sunset. I believe around episode 3 or 4 we're gonna have the wonderful Brennan Lee Mulligan joining us. That will be a fantastic time. There's more in the works, but I don't feel like talking no more. So let's get to the most important part of any channel or any story, and that's the people that tell the story. So we're gonna start off with the king of KingsGuard, AJ or Eugene Festival. Go ahead and get into it.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Who's Your Kid. I'm a video editor, transcriber, streamer, voice actor, producer. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Who's Your _Kid. On the first Wednesday of every month, I serve Lord Quackers in Fallon Friends, a D&D 5e actual play found on Misty Mountain Legends. And I play Dole Fitzgerald, your cool bro halfling cleric / warlock. Our next session will be February 2nd, I want to say. February 2nd, on Groundhog Day. Does that mean anything? Who knows? There's a lot of stuff that happened last time, and we're going to figure out what to do forward. Am I being traumatized in both of my campaigns? Yes.
Not my fault. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, just both. I gotta step my game up.
Actually, just
Gotta get that all
just
three.
Every campaign.
Then
that
I'm
in.
definitely gonna have to.
Just every campaign I'm in. Just traumatized. Speaking of the other campaign I'm in, on Fridays you can find me in the Star Trek adventure shows here on Critical Misses called The Lost Frontier. I play Dr. Tixel Tix. I'm just a stressed out little ball of energy. And people try to keep messing with my new partner. And I'm not having it.
Your Smoochbot 9000.
My Smoochbot 9000, I'm not having it. Stop trying to touch my Smoochbot. I need more smooching. Coming out tomorrow is episode 2 of the D&D 5e actual play Through Hollow Flames, and where we are in the midst of giant country and ancient series of trials are about to take place, and our travelers find themselves in the middle of it. Join Boone Rifton, my half-orc, halfling, and monk, and their companions in Through Hollow Flames, DM'd by the lovely It's the Riddler. Not currently anymore on Thursdays, but you know what time it is. It's time for the best esports team you have ever seen, Dub Club. Along with my teammates Milan and D, we go through all the games, all wins, every day's no losses. Do not check the pod because, like I said, we always win. Also, we are not liable to what happens to your computer, or your home if you do check the VOD. It's in the contract. Once you go and watch the views, it's fine. We're not responsible at all. But stay tuned on my Twitter for, will I GM a game soon? Who knows? Will I reach out for people for artwork and some sound stuff? Who knows? Noir, check your inboxes soon or something. I don't know. We'll see. Pass it to Anita,
Hello.
the lovely producer. We love them. They're the
That's me.
greatest.
I'm loved. I'm Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses. And you can find me everywhere online at Panita or at Critical Misses, because this is my channel. You can find me here Mondays for KingsGuard, Wednesdays behind the scenes for Blue Ghosts, and Fridays for The Lost Frontier, Saturdays for Morning Ritual. You can also find me other places. Follow my Twitter, and you'll find out. Next is D.
There we go. Sorry, my mic was being a butt.
You're good.
Next, we've got a day, aka D, the person that won't give me a shot at the belt.
Good evening. Well, Rumble season is coming up. Good evening, my lovely creatures of the dark. My name is D. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been a Day Zuko. I am a voice actor, streamer, musician, professional GM all across the internets. And as mentioned previously, I am the mastermind behind Blue Ghosts, which is a Blades in the Dark, Don Bluth meets Heat styled campaign, where we get into a list of different heists with all sorts of magical characters running around a steampunk world that is tied into what I do on Tuesday, which is what I want to primarily talk about, which is Through Hollow Flames. As AJ mentioned, Through Hollow Flames is an actual play podcast that is set in my world of Meneas. They are currently in a place called the Wild Norths, and there's a man who has been wrongly accused of murdering an entire village of people in the span of about 25 minutes, and he's being put through an ancient set of trials to see if he can prove himself to be chosen by the gods, essentially. But there is someone from his past that is very actively trying to fuck him over, and so he's contracted our 5 lovely players to come together and help him set right things which have been wrong. And that is Through Hollow Flames. It is available on every podcast service you can think of: Google Play, Apple, Spotify. You can get it anywhere. You should follow it on Twitter at Hollow Flames Pod. Episode 2 drops tomorrow, and our episodes come out on a bi-weekly schedule, so you can keep up with the madness and throw it on when you want some background work or while you're driving to work. Outside of that, I am the reigning, retaining TTRPG Universal Champion, and if you want to find out how you can get a shot at this title belt before Noir, you should follow me on
stay the champ
Twitter.
when you don't fight nobody. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar. It's if you want to figure out how you can win this belt and get a shot at the title before Noir or AJ and Milan get another attempt at it, follow me on Twitter at It's
Another attempt. I didn't get him first one.
No, AJ and Milan have though, and they lost.
Oh fuck! Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
You're on the Blue brand. We don't do that over here.
Yeah.
We're Monday nights over here.
It sucks that D had introduced the belt after I won the first time, so such a shame.
A lot of shenanigans going on with that belt.
Almost like
somebody's acting like a Vince McMahon, but
fun fact, my name before I became D was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. About me, that has nothing to do with anything.
Next up, we have Darby, aka Arabella.
Thorb.
Hello, it's I, Darby. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch as Chaotic Darby. I finally am feeling well enough to be able to stream, so I'll be streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. At Twitch channel. Probably just chill because while I am feeling better, I still feel like I need to sleep for 30 hours at a time. And do I sleep for 30 hours at a time? No, my sleep maybe 6. So we're gonna chill vibes stream. Besides that, you can catch me tomorrow also on Through Hollow Flames podcast playing Robin, our cheery little gnome wizard. She's an author, but she's also broke, so she wants money. Besides that, besides being here and queer and on KingsGuard, I can't announce the other things I got yet, so keep your eyes peeled on my Twitter.
It was
That I cannot speak. I am incapable of speech, and you should ignore me. When I make slip ups like that, I meant Twitter. I said Twitter, and I only said Twitter.
no.
Oh, yeah. In any case, I will pass it along a Rooney. But yeah, you should check out my Twitter and Twitch, and you should give me a follow.
All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Shosha, aka Harper, aka Shosha.
Do you know which one's my real name at this point?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Hey everyone, I'm Harper, otherwise known as Harpersona around the internet, or Harpersona Games on Twitter, because someone else got to Harpersona before I could and got it banned. You can follow me here on Twitch or on TikTok as Harpersona. I already said Twitter. I am here on Mondays. I am on Through Hollow Flames every other Tuesday as Ursa. You don't need to know anything about Ursa other than she is pretty much what she appears to be, which is big, buff, strong, and tired of your bullshit.
Step on me.
They would. But that's really all I got going on at the moment. So I'm gonna, and I also see that we're past time, so I'm gonna throw it back to Noir.
Boom. All right. Well, that's everyone. Again, thank you for to Roll20 for having us on your Roll20 Spotlight channel. For everybody, you might be noticing I'm rocking the Morning Ritual shirt. We do have merch, and more importantly than that, we have a Patreon for Morning Ritual. So if you like what you see on that show and you want to help us out, the Patreon is the best way to do it. You also get to choose what bad movies that they force me to watch and make an audio commentary track for. Last time was 2000s Dungeons and Dragons. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that you also have a GoFundMe.
And that's
Gotta go fund me to get Noir out and in Canada. You know, it's said that Noir takes all the hatred from the world, models it up, writes it in D&D campaigns, and gives it to his players.
I can't with y'all. But so that's us. We're gonna go and leave.
Right, somebody? Maybe?
Pixel Bay. Pixel Circus.
Pixel
Circus is
is
doing
online.
the Golden Girls thing.
Yeah, it's a bee.
Oh, yeah.
We love one whole bee.
Yeah.
And Mo's on
We
it
love
too.
One Whole Bee.
All right, we're gonna send our love over to Pixel Circus. Thank you all. Nora, sign us off. Do the thing.
For the king, motherfuckers.
Okay.
For the game.
For the game.
For the king.